Welcome everyone to the video. My name is Alex and my goal here is to present a demonstration of one of the sessions of a tabletop role-playing game I'm running as a game master and have heavily modified that goes in tandem with my project and will be helping me to illustrate the points of my project about games' engagement capabilities in terms of problem solving and decision-making skills. Within the free creation tool of Roll20, I spent over 300 hours in the past year, drawing maps, writing scripts and redesigning rules to create a highly complex game environment on the basis of a 2012 tabletop game based on George Lucas's Star Wars called Edge of the Empire. This entire year, participating in my experiment are my friends Yair Balaish, Stephanie Deniz, Samir Mamedov and Raphael Boiron. Following are excerpts from a recording I made of one of our game sessions. Here you will see just some of the many facets of gameplay I designed into the game, how they intertwine with the original rules, and how they engage my players in problem solving and decision making. The game transpires in a secluded star system in a faraway galaxy. I designed it to consist of several planets with vastly differing biomes and resources, representing natural environments found in real life on planet Earth, ranging from deserts to snow-covered tundras. The planets are also home to political factions and social systems that set rules similar to different countries in the real world. On the simplest level, the gameplay works as it usually does in all tabletop role-playing games. There are usually between 2 to 4 players and one game master. The players take on a role of a character they create. They have their own race, profession and skill aptitudes, while the game master takes on the role of a director that describes events, locations, and uses the rules of the game to judge all player actions and their consequences. The players may engage in exploration, trade, research, politics, and combat by in one part acting out the actions and words of their respective characters, and in one part throwing dice representing their level of skill and the random nature of existence, however you may call it, fate, destiny, or luck. Each time a player attempts an action that can theoretically be affected by circumstances or has a chance to fail, the Game Master announces the relevant skill the player has to use. This is done by using a modified logic of the original game's dice system, but the basics are the same. The chances of success are mainly represented by green and yellow dice, determined based on the character's experience level in that particular area. The chances of failure are mainly represented by purple and red dice, determined by the Game Master based on the difficulty of the action and circumstances. When the dice are rolled, they result in symbols from these 8 and 12-sided dice. Positive symbols of success are offset by negative failure symbols, while advantage and triumph are offset by disadvantage and despair respectively. After the calculation is complete, the Game Master describes what happened based on the remaining symbols. The possibilities are only limited to the imagination of the Game Master. An action can fail, but still yield some sort of advantage, or vice versa. In this instance, for example, the players went out from the capital city of one of the planets into the swamps surrounding it. There, they went on to explore ancient ruins. A big part of the game's design for me is engaging the player's curiosity by presenting them with uncharted territories to explore and research. In one of the temples, the players have accidentally stumbled upon a piece of paper that contained a message written in alien language. I used an interesting African dialect with peculiar letters and correlated each of them to the English alphabet. The idea is that it is an ancient alien language, and the players have to explore and study it in order to uncover the meaning of the letters and be able to decipher various clues written in that language. Stephanie, if you could present your findings to the friends.
Yes, of course. It's in our chat in Discord. Let me find it.
Yep.
So I think I cracked a few letters. Oh my god. I can't find it right now. Oh, it's on the pins.
Yeah, it's in the pinned. It's in the pinned
Messages.
at the very top. The very top one was the last. Okay, and what? So what do you assume is written there?
I think my theory that the first word is temple, the second word is need, the third one is two, like TWO, But the fourth one is completely blurry for me. Like, I found only the letter E, which was already cracked by us in the past.
Yeah, so this is but one of many detailed interaction systems within this game that I made to illustrate how games can engage players in complex problem-solving scenarios that have consequences and bear fruits, just like the same rules of society and circumstances that govern the play of our real-world lives. Because the system now includes pretty much everything the players can possibly decide to interact with, from cooking meals that better the health of their characters to engaging in politics and exploration. In this case, we are using a 20-sided die to determine the exploration initiative order. It is the order in which the player characters take initiative to act throughout the session unless they enter a combat encounter. Roll a d20 for exploration initiative.
Oh, well.
Yep, lucky you.
Well, at least it's now and not later.
So I guess Raph is first.
From the end.
Next, Samir, speaking in Hebrew, who plays an alien bounty hunter, wants to look outside the door and check for any danger. Since the tokens that the players control on the map were set by me to have a limited field of view, they may not see what is outside until they go there, and some danger can even be hidden completely. I, as the game master, ask him to roll a perception check, and I set its difficulty to average with 2 negative 8-sided dice. His roll yields a massive amount of success symbols, so I describe the situation as a major success, and that his character is even able to notice an invisible alien hiding outside.
בואו נראה. אם אני לא טועה, חיפשתי בכל הקופסאות האלה.
כן, כל הקופסאות כבר מחופשות.
טוב, אז אני אמשיך לבחוץ. לפני זה בא לי לבדוק אם אין שם את החיות המוזרות האלה שם, לא יודע. מרגיש שהאזור הזה לא נקי שם.
אוקיי, אז אתה רוצה לעשות perception check.
בואו.
I think that's the best perception I've ever seen.
Okay.
Okay.
You know everything.
You suddenly see the truths of the world. No, okay, בסדר, אז כן, אתה שם... Even though I spend a lot of time drawing maps for the levels, these represent only the general visual concepts. So here is an example how I try to describe to the players what exactly it is they are seeing to clarify the situation. To the east, over here, you should see a bit of a wall. He sees a low, small building. Kind of looks like like those small tool shacks that people have in the on the backyard, but it's a bit bigger, and it's made out of out of clay like the rest of the buildings. Broken, old, holes in the ceiling. But as the players begin to move, Samir becomes ambushed by the escaped alien creature. The music changes to represent the action, and the animal attacks Samir's character and he is struggling to escape it. Stephanie, playing a professional survivalist and huntress, helps him to dispatch the wild animal. And Raphael, playing an alien mechanic with surprising aptitudes for medicine, uses the medical skills of his character to stop the bleeding and also heal himself. Due to the rather simplistic nature of how things are represented in the game, players can easily come up with almost any activity they want to partake in, and the only limit are the additional rules the game master sets up. In this case, after discussing how many chemical reagents have Stephanie's character collected, Raphael suggests that they can profit from it by using them to craft medical packs and sell them. The original rules also describe the order in which players can perform actions during their turn, though I had to modify these rules a bit to include more player freedom and strategy. Each turn the players can perform a single action, such as open a chest or shoot a weapon, and one maneuver, that means movement. Based on their character statistics, they have stamina that they can spend between resting to push their character further and gain an additional maneuver. A natural decision followed to modify the definition of a maneuver to also include any minor action the players can take: aim, switch weapons, take a shot of medicine, etc. To conclude, here are a few more situations the players faced before the end of the session.
No, it sounds.
That's appropriate. It sounds inappropriate only in your minds. This lacrosse 1, 2, 3 moves forward and tries to spit at the net again.
Wait, give me
Okay.
a moment. Yeah, I just want to give a bit of like overpriced steam bags to poor people that need them.
Oh, they are
They're-
the first enemies that match my height.
I really want a ghost right now.
That's why it's my thing. Steph.
You see his little body like.
Oh.
Don't worry, I have grenades. Wait. Anybody has grenades? My turn.
Okay, cool. That was a marvelous roll.
Activating my Sharingan.